folks, it's been a while since you've seen a video from me. One or two people have actually commented, been concerned. I can't say that it's been a great time. I've been struggling, but I've also been planning, and I've been getting bits of equipment together, and I've also been doing some art. I've just started to do a little in between my caring, which is taking a lot of my time. I can't really get into a routine, so I've not been able to get to the allotment. I'm hoping that's going to fall into place. I've got a plan, where I'm hoping to have an allocated amount of time each day where I can actually start doing stuff there. Things what can be done here are my art in between, because this is a separate building to the bungalow. So it's just a few feet away. That's my own little space, and I can get on with things without hearing moaning and groaning and what have you. Things what kind of all drag you down, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably fed up with me, and that's probably why I lost a few members, but never mind. So, yeah. Despite everything, I'm still quite excited about 2017. I think there's a lot's going to happen. I think it's going to be interesting for you as much as it is for me, because as long as your interests are as diverse as mine, well, certainly the gardening's going to play a big part. I've actually, just trying to think, where do we put them? I've actually bought some seeds. So I am well folks, I've bought some seeds, but where have I put them? I was just looking at them. Oh, I know, they're in the other room. I haven't got them in here. So yeah, I've got some flower seeds. Bought a few packs to add to the packs what I bought a few weeks ago, and I will now start purchasing a few each week, getting ready. There is actually things what could be sown now, but I'm not going to start just yet. I'm probably going to wait a little bit longer, and then I'm going to have a look at my seeds and see what I can actually sow. This year I'm going to have to put into operation the garden polytunnel, because if you remember last year with illness and that for my mother, it played a big part in my... Basically I lost hundreds of seedlings from the tunnel at the allotment. So I've got to think about these situations and be a bit more prepared. So I'm thinking that I'm going to grow a lot of the seeds back at home like I used to do, and I'll probably still grow at the allotment, but I'll at least, if I can't get away from the home, I can still get into the polytunnel. I still can find the time, a few minutes here and there, to get on with things. So that's what I'm hoping to do. I haven't really given it a lot of thought. I've got to think of ways to help me out if my mum or even my dad end up in a hospital and time's limited. Now one thing what I've been looking at, and this is something what I learnt through my training with the Master Gardeners, is to use your 2 litre water bottles, drinking bottles, whatever it is, Coke or lemonade or whatever, and basically you cut it in half with a Stanley knife, craft knife, and what you do is you then invert the top part into the bottom part. You put some kitchen towel, I think it's called. You buy a roll of that, you cut a piece off. You dangle it through the hole at the top, and you top it up with some multi-compost or whatever medium you're using, and the bottom half you put water in. And the idea is that the rag is going to act as a wick, and it will suck water up when it needs to, and that will keep the top part all moist. And this will allow us to grow seedlings, or I suppose to some extent possibly from seed. I don't know. It would depend on whether the plant needed a steady flow of water, or whether it needed it to be just damp, you know, because it could get too wet. But certainly be alright for seedlings. I guess we'll have a play with that, and we'll find out. So I have kept a lot of bottles. I think I've probably got about 10 or 20 bottles put to one side. I've also saved some of the milk bottles, so thinking maybe I might be able to use those as propagators. So different things which would help me cut down on they would help me in times when time is short. So that's the plan. I'm quite excited about the nature side of things as well. You know, I really do want to get back into doing photos and video of birds, animals, looking more at insects and flowers. I know it's not going to be to everyone's taste, but I think it plays a big part in our gardening lives. So those of you who are gardening, it can, it's, having insects and things around does benefit you. Well, to some extent, depends on which ones they are, but yeah, I think that side's going to be interesting. But obviously, we've got the community garden, and hopefully this month we'll get things rolling. It's just this treasurer position what's been holding us back, but hopefully, well, one way or the other, we'll have a treasurer by the end of January. So then we can apply for grants, and we can, hopefully get a start on that by the spring. It's obviously not going to get be in full operation this year. It's just going to be too little time to do it, but at least we can start planning and start growing some things for next year. So the plan is, I think, to have as much as we can up and running, all set up this year. So at least that's what I'm hoping. We've had a few losses on the YouTube channel, but we've had quite a few gains just lately, so thank you all if you've not watched my videos before. Don't worry if you've only joined to watch my gardening ones, because there will be many of those to come, we hope, fingers crossed. But there will be other content which I know from my new subscribers, well, some of them have probably been there for a while, but they do love the other content as well. So, and in fact, if you're watching, Paula, I hope you get your card soon, and thank you for the commission. I'm actually working on a piece. I don't know whether you can see it over here. I'm not going to let you have a close-up look, because I want to show you when it's done, but let's just say it's out of my normal comfort zone, so it's challenging me. That's fun. Just had to play around with the one of my latest bits of kit. It's a Panasonic HCV770 camcorder, HD one. It's got 50 times zoom. In fact, it goes a lot higher than that, but it's the 50 times is not much different to the optical. The optical goes up to 20. This bit of kit is going to allow me to use the mobile phone with it, the smartphone. And what we should be able to do is I should actually be able to have this set up on a tripod, say recording me doing something at the allotment. But then I'll be able to have the smartphone with me, and we'll be able to zoom in. So for instance, I could be filming the raspberry patch, for instance, and I could be at the other side of it, giving a talk about them. And then maybe we need to look at something closer, you know, maybe there's an insect or disease, or just to look at the raspberries. Well, I will be able to take the smartphone with me, and what that will enable is a picture-in-picture. So there'll be a little picture that will appear on the video in one of the corners. So that should be interesting. Also, I'm getting the feeling, I mean, I've still haven't had to play around with these things properly because the weather's not been great. It's been dull and one thing and another. But I believe that this one is probably going to be better than the one I'm recording on at the moment. But I guess we'll find out. That's something to look forward to. Sorry about the noise from the computer. I suppose I've not got the camera in the right place, but it's always been a noisy desktop, this system I've got in here. I'm mumbling, aren't I? I'm just trying to fill you in on things. At the back of me, something what's been neglected is the wine. I've actually got, I think there's 5 gallons there of rhubarb wine, and there's 2 gallons of raspberry. That's something what we need to, I need to sort out. I'm going to have a word with Nigel because I've forgotten, a bit rusty. And also I've got 6 gallons of in demijohns, ready to be moved on into bottles. I think it's pretty well all ready. It looks all clear. 2 of those are from last year, the others are from this year, but they all look good to me. So that needs to be sorted out at some point. I would like to get to some more of the garden shows this year. I really enjoyed the ones last year. But the edible garden show, it was a bit of a disappointment because I'd been to Melbourne before, and to me it felt a lot tinier. But then again, we never looked around the food stalls, so maybe that's something I might be able to do this year. I don't know. I'll have to see if there's anyone interested. I'm not much for driving, so that puts me off a little. I missed the Melbourne show last autumn. I think we went to Melbourne show in the spring, didn't we? And then I went to the Harrogate Flower Show in the autumn. I personally love the Melbourne show. I think it's great, and I think it's interesting from a filming point of view because there's so many things going on. And you know what? I find actually when I'm filming, things are more interesting. I enjoy my visits to these places more when I'm actually filming than when I haven't got the camera, which I did forget in the spring, I think, of last year. I think I had to make do with a mobile. But yeah, to me, a camcorder or video makes things that much more fun. And I think this year it's going to be interesting. So, what else is happening? we've got some more gardening projects. What I think I've got one this month. What I've got to go and visit, but I'll have to check on that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to follow those through, because some of those have got they've got the horticultural side, but they've also got the nature side involved as well. There's certainly one particular site, and we haven't really discussed the nature side of it, but it would make a prime place to actually go there and just sit down and film, because I know they have all sorts of mammals and that will come and visit, and that would be interesting, especially in the summer when it's a bit warmer. It's not that far from here. So that's it, folks. I will be back soon. It's a bit of a disappointment in that I can't go to the allotment and just let the hens out, because we've got this blanket. I've forgotten the word in now, but anyway, basically bird flu is in the country, and we're not allowed to let them out until at least the end of February at the moment. It was the 4th or 5th of January, but it's been extended, and I think it's going to be, more than likely, it's going to be an ongoing thing. You know, I just may have to rethink the whole situation with the hens. I don't think it's really fair on them that they're locked up in their pen. You know, I know that some people haven't got the room like mine have, but even so, it's nice to have them actually free ranging around, but it's not allowed at the moment. You've got to keep them under cover so they're away from wild bird droppings, and they mustn't come in contact with them. So basically they've got to stay in that enclosed area until we've given up the all clear, which I don't think we're going to get. I think it's, I don't know what the long term I don't know what it's going to be long term, whether it's going to be something we've got to keep them indoors, or whether they change the conditions. But anyway, it's something what has to be done. If we got caught disobeying it, then and we got reported, that would be it. So we are making sure that they are kept in. I'm lucky that I've got Nigel and Alison. They've been looking after my hens while I've been taking a break, basically. I've been taking time out, well, meant to be taking time out for myself, but it's not been working out that way because Mum's been really ill. And now Dad's getting a bit, he's getting a bit confused, let's put it that way. He's confused with his timings, and of course this is causing me issues because I'm not getting sleep, because he's waking me up saying, what's the time? You know, at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm getting broken sleep, and I basically just don't feel like doing anything. And I get frustrated then, because I've got so much what I wanted to do, and I've got all this kit that I want to play around with, and I just can't do it. Plus the fact the carers over the last few weeks have let us down so many times. It's not the carers' fault, it's the management. They just haven't got enough staff, and you know, sometimes they might be 4 hours late, you know, so expect them at 6 in the morning, they don't turn up till 10. Or there's only one carer turns up, there should be 2, so then I have to help out, and you know, and respite where I'm meant to be able to have a break and do my own thing for a couple of hours. Well, they either come late, you know, it could be half an hour, might even change it. Instead of coming when they should, they might do it in the afternoon, you know. So it's all been a problem, and it's made me stressed and annoyed, I suppose is the point. So anyway, folks, enough of all that. Time for a cuppa, I think. I think I'm going to need to go in for a cuppa. You can't see it, but my dog's down by my feet here, patiently waiting. She wants to. She's had a good feed today, haven't you, lady? Hey, yeah. And that's it. So I'm going to say bye bye for now, and thank you for all the new subscribers and for the existing ones. I'm here. I'm not giving anything up. You know, I might get held back. I might be for days, weeks, months. I might not get anything done again this year. You know, I mean, I say again. Last year I did get quite a lot done. It's just not what I wanted to do. You know, there was a lot more planned and it just fell apart. But anyway, we'll see. You just have to follow me the best I can. I've got a few snippets of video. I got the Tawny Owl on film. It was only like silhouette because it was, you know, dawn walk, but we actually got it and you can clearly see it's an owl. So that was fun. So maybe I'll just tag those on to the end of this film and you can just see them rather than just stick them up as a standalone one. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Okay then, folks. Goodbye for now.